So yesterday you worked with Pythagorean theorem to determine if any side lengths that are given for a triangle would make the triangle a right triangle. Today we're going to be given right triangles only, and we're going to be using Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse that's not given in the right triangle. So Pythagorean theorem states that if the lengths of the legs of a right triangle are a and b, and the length of the hypotenuse is c, then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Use Pythagorean's theorem to determine the length of the hypotenuse of the right triangles in simplest form and to the nearest tenth if necessary. So taking a look at the first one, we have 6, 8, and c. So we're going to plug those in. Remember the two smaller sides, the 6 and the 8, are going to be our a and b, and we're searching for c. So we have 6 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared. So 36 plus 64 equals c squared. Adding those together, 36 and 64 make 100. Taking the square root, c is the square root of 100, which is exactly 10. So this one was easy because it wound up being a whole number. 6, 8, 10 is what we call a Pythagorean triple. It is the multiple of 3, 4, 5, so it's obviously a right triangle. All right, number 2. Same deal, we're going to plug those in. 4 and 12 are our a and b, so we have 4 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. So that's 16 plus 12 times 12 is 144 equals c squared. 6 and 4 makes 10, carry the 1. 1 and 4 make 5 plus 1 more is 6, and then bring down the 1. So we get c squared is equal to 160. Taking the square root, we know that the 160 is not a perfect square, so I really cannot square root it and get a whole number. So we're going to simplify this. Over here, I make my factor tree of 160. And I know right away just by looking at that number that 160 is 16 times 10. 10 does not have a perfect square factor, so I'm going to use those two. The square root of 16 is 4, and I can't take the square root of 10, so that's going to stay, equals just c. So in simplest form, the length of side C is 4 radical 10. And then if I want to figure out what that would be to the nearest tenth, I take out my calculator, and I can do the square root of 160, which is about 12.6. And if I want to check to make sure that I did it correctly with the 4 radical 10, I could do square root of 10 times 4. And I get it. Again, I get the same number. So it is about 12.6, and I simplified correctly. All right, so you're now on your own with the back. I'll be around to help you out.